Hello and welcome back to the channel, friends. It is great to be here, and I hope you're doing well. Today, we're going to be rocking and rolling with some more Warlords Battle Simulator. We're going to be using the Barbarian team, and I've gotten several requests to use Huscarl, the Huscarl expert. So that's what we're going to be going with here today, and an important announcement with this game is I just received a very significant update which changes the way that you play the game. It essentially allows for more tactical approaches in battle. So I'm looking forward to playing around with that as well. So without further ado, we're going to hop on in here, but before we do that, please smash the like button if you're enjoying the Warlords Battle Simulator here on the channel. Hopefully we can get the Undead team unlocked here today and, do another run, so smash the like button if you're excited for that. And if you're new here, then please consider becoming a subscriber as well. Join a growing community, would absolutely love to have ya. So with all of that out of the way, let's go. Alright, so we're going to do adventure mode, of course. We're going to pop on in and... of course, we're going to select the Barbarians. Now, a few callouts here is they have the Reunion of Clans buff. So every 10 units of different types deployed, the Barbarians are going to receive bonuses to their damage. Okay? So we want to try to get a little more unit diversity out on the field if we can. And of course, plunders, so they can actually pillage the store nodes that we find in adventure mode. Very cool. Looking forward to trying out that mechanic as well. So on into the Barbarian hero selection, and the one selected by the community is Huscarl Bone Crusher. And he has the Huscarl, a melee brutal unit. Very cool unit. He also has the Barbarian Archer, which is a pretty basic range unit. We have the Mountain Clans. So Barbarian units are going to be moving faster and have a little bit more hit points by 8%. And then Tenacity Brutal is going to pair well with the Huscarl. So let's go, Huscarl. Bring us to victory with your 3 fate. Let's go. And what do we have here? So we have Greenskins. We have Undead. And we have the Kingdom. Now, there is a shop right here. I'd like to, check out the plundering mechanic for sure. We have an event. We also have a high tier upgrade here. A height tier upgrade, actually. Let's see. I mean, maybe we actually string both of these high tier upgrades together. I think that's probably the best thing to do. So let's go. And let's see how this new strategic option. What do we have over here? Okay, so this must be like your unit diversity modifier. My guess is like this little bar fills up the more diversity you have in your army. That's my guess. Remember, 10 is the key word there, or the key value, I should say. And what do we have on the field? So we have some archers, and then we have some just basic zombies. So we have the very mighty and powerful Huscarl sporting a 270 HP value. Pretty good. And then what we can do over here, so you can actually assign your platoon. So let's say I put a bunch of these Huscarl out here. I can assign to them their behavior. So they can attack the closest unit. They can attack missile units, meaning I would guess they would run right by these zombies and just get back on these archers. Maybe we can play around with that a little bit. We also have attack infantry units or attack cavalry units. So it gives you a lot more flexibility in battle to sort of assign a strategic and tactical formation to best serve you. Now, for this particular battle, I think our Huscarl are going to do very, very well. They do cost 300. We have 3,000. So I think what I can do is pretty easily just stack up 10 Huscarl right on the front. It's the very first battle. It's not really that big of a deal. Just stack up 10 Huscarl on the front and charge them into battle. Let's see how they do. You gotta love these Huscarl. They're tough armored units. Looks like they have axes. Well armored. And look at them just deflect that arrow fire. It's going to carve up these skeletons. You bet. Not a problem at all. However, we're definitely going to need to get a little more tactical as the run rages on, of course. Alright, so we do get a high tier upgrade. Let's see what we have. Alright, so we have Endurance Training Armored. We're not sporting armored units. We have the Wind of Fortune for +2 Fate. I mean, that's kind of tempting. Or Consistent Deliveries. I mean, 650 is 2 more Huscarl. I'm okay with this. So let's do it. And another high tier upgrade here with the Kingdom. Let's go. Alright, so what do we have on the battlefield before us today? We have a bunch of light spearmen. They obviously have a little bit better range, but I'm not really too threatened by this either. So let's just, again... Actually, maybe we can incorporate some archers in this. But of course, I mean, just think about the cost. So for this, right, the clans bonus, think about the cost. So 10 Huscarl is 3,000 supply, right? So maybe I can get 10 Huscarl. Maybe we can just play around, see if we can get this bar figured out. And it looks like you can actually load your last unit configuration as well. So let's try that out. Hey, how about that? Quite nice. So that is 10 Huscarl. Can we get 10 archers? That is 7, 8, 9. Not quite. Need a little bit more supply, but I think this is going to be just fine. So that's actually quite nice as well. Load last unit formation. Alright, let's pulse them down. The spearmen are falling beneath the crushing blows of the Huscarl, as you would imagine. And a resounding victory for the Barbarians here today. And another high tier upgrade secured. So let's see what we have. We have the Elite Huscarl. How about this? Getting this so early. I love it. Armored, brutal. It's a tier 3 unit. 370 HP. Stock. 15 damage. So just a superior unit to the basic Huscarl, as you would imagine. Love to see it. Absolutely. That is our selection. And now we have a new stalwart unit to go in with. Event. Yeah. We'll take the event. Let's see what we have. Alright, we get a gift. Very nice. You definitely want to draw the ones that have gold backs to them. Of course, we have 3 silver backs here, but sometimes you get gold backed cards. Take those. Let's take this one. Combat Training Precise. Are the archers precise? They are simply just ranged. Okay. I could go into the shop, or we can do battle with the Greenskins here to get an upgrade. I think we'll do battle for an upgrade. I'm okay with that. We can stock a little bit of gold. Alright, what do we have? These just peons? Yeah. Basic peons and some kill bows. No, some regular archers in the back. So what I do want to do is, I think I want to get like some cavalry units if possible, so we can, you know, play around with these strategies a little bit more. Because if I can set like some fast moving units on the field and then set them to attack missile units, I want to see them sort of weave their way through the opposition and get to the back row. I think it's going to be super key as this run goes on. But let's check out the Elite Huscarl compared to the regular Huscarl. 455 HP compared to 270, so almost twice the HP. And then 15 damage compared to 10. Absolutely. Not to mention, look at these guys sporting a large warhammer. You love to see it. So let's just see how they do. With a little bit of archer support, and it also looks like the archer's range has been added as well. You see that blue circle there. It's very nice. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's pound them down. Alright, the Huscarl, what a cool unit. Cool looking unit. Very functional in battle. Just handles these orc peons without a problem. And of course, if you've seen some runs on the channel, you would know that we're quite familiar with the orcish army, given we've done several runs, and the peons do not handle armored units very well. They just don't. And another crushing victory for the Barbarians. 100 gold and an upgrade as well. Let's see what we have for our upgrade. So Light Raider. So this is a melee swift Barbarian unit. I mean, I do believe that's our rider. Yeah, with the 9 speed. 4 range as well. I mean, a Light Raider, that might not be the worst. Otherwise, we got Swift or doing more damage to armored units. Let's go with the Light Raider. The Barbarian team, it's all about diversity, so we might as well get another option. So we have 2 high tier upgrades available. And then 600 gold or an event. I think I want to avoid the events because sometimes you can lose Omen. So let's see. Let's go up against the Greenskins again. Maybe we can deploy our new cavalry. Alright, so it looks like they have some wolf riders. Definitely a more intimidating force, but I'm really not too intimidated by it with Elite Huscarl, right? So let's see if 2 Elite Huscarl can take out this flank. And then you guessed it, we'll go with some more Elite Huscarl here on the front. And then why not get some archers in here to help support our Huscarl? Looks good. Let's go. Can this flank win? I think is the question that I have. Looks like we got a peon joining the fight. I mean, they're definitely having a little more trouble, perhaps, but hanging in there as the stalwart frontline force of the Barbarians. And of course, we get reinforced here, and yeah, we'll see you later, Wolf Rider. No big deal at all. High tier upgrade. Let's see what we have. Let's get something good. Bane of the Greenskins. We got +2 fates, or units with barbarian keyword deal 15% more damage. Yeah, I love that. Mountains Roar. Let's take it. So 600 gold. I think we can maybe stock some gold for a future shop run. So let's do it. Facing off against the Undead army. The army we're looking to, of course, unlock here today. And what do we have? So a bunch of zombies and looks like armored skeletons. Alright, they're going to have a little more staying power for sure. But I don't think it's any big deal for our elite Huscarl. So let's see if we can divide their army just a little bit. By doing something like a 4-4 stack. And then I wonder, do we employ some light raiders? Basically what I need is I need more supply. And then we can really start taking advantage of this. So, minor agreement. Looks like we have 10% more damage because we have 10 of one unit type, right? So my guess is you get 20% if you have 10 of another unit type. Do I have enough? Just not quite. But we'll go with that anyways. Let's go Huscarl, and of course the enemy forces divide. Looks like they're a bit stronger on the western flank, but shouldn't be a problem. Oh yeah, just pounding them down. Not a problem at all. I think the barbarian team is really strong. I know those elite Huscarl have always given me problems. So let's go with 100 gold and an upgrade. Got a high tier upgrade in the middle here, so that's what we'll do. Let's go. Moving on. Alright, let's see if we get an advantageous time to deploy our riders. In fact, this might be the time against simply and purely orc archers. Okay, well, let's do it. So obviously I don't need to assign them any kind of assignment because they're going to simply attack the nearest unit anyways by default. But let's go ahead and get 10 of these cavalry. So 10% more damage. And then I wonder, do we go with a few elite Huscarl in the middle? I think they will deflect arrows rather well. And then let's go ahead and get some archers behind them as well. Do something like this. Let's go. Into battle you go. My light cavalry, let's see how they do. Not quite as well against the archers. But then again, they're not the most impressive unit. They're fairly cheap, very fast moving, and of course, that's why you have the Huscarl in there as well. But obviously, you want to counter missile units with fast-moving, swift cavalry units, of course. We get another upgrade. So what do we have? Steppe Tribe. 3% faster and 3% more damage for all barbarians. 25% more damage for swift units, which would, of course, be our cavalry. We also have the opportunity to add a peasant. I think this is great. We'll take it. And then into, let's see, so we got Kingdom. Looks like it's the same fight. So let's go down. Starting to stock just a little bit of gold, and got a bunch of archers here. So this is where we can first employ. Yeah, we'll be able to employ some tactics here. So, here's what I want to do. I want to get an elite Huscarl on this side and this side. And that should draw the enemy in. And then I want to set up. So what you want to do is you want to first select the strategy that you want them to take on. So you see how they have this little red ring below them, the Huscarl do? That means they will attack the closest unit, which is fine. For our horsemen, though, we want them to attack missile units. So we're going to toggle this and then place them down. And you see how they have the yellow circle. So I'm going to get like a stack of them, just a skinny stack, and hopefully they can just get right to the back line. And then I think we can employ a regular Huscarl as well. Try something like that. Let's go. So let's see this work. Alright, you bet. Okay, so I forgot to reset this. So this Huscarl is going to go for the back line as well, but this is actually working nicely. Absolutely. So the archers just get absolutely ravaged. And the horsemen are actually doing a pretty good job against these warriors as well. And we win without issue, but See, that tactical opportunity, right? That addition to the game changes the way that you play the game, because historically, we would have had to have focused on the front line first and foremost, and then hopefully we can win that fight, and then get to the back line. Well, at least in this fashion now, we can utilize our faster moving units to get to the back line. Quite nice. So for this, 550 gold, Swift doing more damage, or Quartermaster. I will take Quartermaster, I need more supply. And then we have a high tier upgrade in the middle here. Definitely going with that. And then maybe hit up the shop. Alright, so what are we facing off against here today? So we got the Juggernaut, a very armored kingdom unit. And then a bunch of riders in the back. Okay. So these riders surely will outpace the Juggernaut. So I think what I'm going to do is, let's just pull back. Let's go with basic Huscarl here. Let's see if we can't get some of these bonuses. So we got 10. Alright, there we go. So we got 2 clicks into it. 20% more damage. Okay, quite nice. So let's go with another Huscarl. And let's see if this formation does us some justice. Let's go. So we should see the riders. Oh yeah, they're going to greatly outpace the Juggernauts. And they should get swallowed right up in our archer fire. Let's see if our Huscarl can hang in there though. Alright, so the cavalry line is just simply cut down, and it's Huscarl v Juggernaut. The fight that always needed to happen. And we just carve them up. Not a problem at all. Love to see it. Alright, high tier upgrade. What do we have? Give me something good. Let's go, game. Step clans, 8% faster and more damage. Not bad. Endurance training, brutal. So this is both of our Huscarl units. That's obviously what you go with. 25% more hit points. We'll be taking it. So we have a shop. We also have an undead fight with an upgrade. So a high tier upgrade here. A high tier upgrade here. I think what I want to do is maybe hit up this shop instead. So let's go with the upgrade against the undead army. Stock a little bit more gold. Alright, what do we have? Looks like a composition of melee units. Okay, not a big deal. So let's go with some big hammers in the middle. Some smaller axes on the outside. And let's see if they can handle business. You bet. Let's go. Alright, marching on in. The elite Huscarl. Just pounding down that front line. The frail bones of the undead just crushing beneath the hammer blows of the Huscarl. I mean, hammer versus skeleton is just not a good combination if you think about it. We get an upgrade and some more gold. And what do we have? Mountain clans. 8% faster and 8% more hit points. Precise. We're definitely off of that. We got 550 gold. Let's go with the faster movement. It'll help us get to the back line faster and also improve the speed of our Huscarl. Let's go with the high tier upgrade. You bet. In fact, getting the elite Huscarl so early in the game was quite nice. And what do we have here? So, armored skeletons. 280 HP for these guys. And then spears behind them. Alright, well, don't think we need to overthink this. Let's line them up. Get the big hammers in there. Let's go. And let's see, how quickly can we wear them down? The tides of battle turn in our favor ever so slightly, but I mean, those armored skeletons actually hung in there a bit longer than I was anticipating. But the elite Huscarl are simply just too good and too effective. At least so far. So high tier upgrade, what do we have? We have combat training precise, not an option. Brutal though. Yes, absolutely. Another high tier upgrade. You bet. Alright, Kingdom. What do we have? A bunch of riders, it looks like. A bunch of them. So I think historically our Huscarl have done rather well. We're sporting 577 hit points now, so not really too concerned about this. However, we do need to make sure that... I mean, I'm just kind of running low on supply, right? So I kind of want to get that addressed and solved. We'll see which opportunities we have. Maybe this high tier upgrade can give us... What is it called? Consistent deliveries where you get plus 1,000 supply. That would be very nice to get. Oh yeah, not a problem at all. As the bodies stack up on the battlefield. High tier upgrade, you bet. And what do we have? We have God's Hand, 4 fate points. Your units with ranged keyword have 25% more range. I think we need to banish precise. We're not in on precise. I guess, I mean, we could do this. Yeah, let's take the range up. I'm feeling pretty confident about my team. Alright, so high tier upgrade. So if we go shop here, event, then high tier upgrade. Let's do it. Let's get on into the shop. And if we don't like anything, I do believe, yeah, so we can plunder. Plunder a store if you haven't bought any cards there. Shop will close and you will receive a random resource reward. Okay, got it. How about units? Got the peasant or the barbarian raider. Okay, so this is a ranged swift unit. 35 range, which will, of course, increase. 5 damage. So that's much better than the barb archer. Moves pretty good, too. Same range. And way more HP. Okay, so that is certainly an option. I think I do want to maybe sell. Oh, it doesn't look like it lets me sell. We do not give back what belongs to us. Selling is unavailable. Okay, got it. So we do have consistent deliveries here. I think this is an excellent one to get. Could also increase the damage. I mean, maybe I had to spend my cash buffing up the Huscarl that we have and getting more supply. Let's do that. More damage for brutal units. Otherwise, we have this one as well. 25% more hit points for the elite Huscarl. So let's do that, and then let's give them 15% more damage as well. Right, looking good. Precise. Let's go ahead and banish this. We're not using precise units in this one. And then the peasant. I think we can banish the peasant as well. Just so it doesn't show up. Give me a chance maybe to get more supply. So let's go to the event. Hopefully we get a free gift and not a loss in fate. Hey, a magic shop that sells better upgrades, of course. Our funding is all gone. We got the Mountain Man, though. So that would be our precise unit. Then the Barbarian Raider yet again. Consistent deliveries. Master of Melee Combat. That would have been a great one to get. Savage Winds. 25% faster for all Barb units. Impressive, but of course we don't have any cash, so... Oh, actually, I should have probably plundered that store. Guess I didn't realize you could plunder the magic shop. My bad. My bad. Let's get on into battle, though, versus the Undead. And what do we have? Just a whole bunch of these zombies. And then a couple of skeleton archers in the back. Okay, so this will be interesting. Because I definitely want to set up a cavalry attack. I kind of want to just try this out. See if this works. Now, are they going to be able to weave through? I think what I need to do is we got to put them back a little bit. So our Huscarl can engage. And then let's get like 6 of them. To sort of weave their way through the enemy, maybe. So let's get a Huscarl. Whoops. I don't want to do that, actually. So I've got to be careful. Which option I have selected. So target closest unit. That's what I want to do. See how these are red and that one's yellow, right? Let's get a couple of units in the middle. And get your basic Huscarl as our commander. Throw an archer out there, you bet, and let's go. Let's watch the horsemen here. So are they going to weave through? Okay, it looks like the zombies do aggro to them, but as expected, they get right to the back line with pretty swift fashion, and they have one mission. It's to take out the archers, and it looks like they managed to do so. Will our Huscarl simply just swallow up the split forces of the enemy? Yeah, not a problem here. These Huscarl are too strong. We got a horse on top of the pile, it looks like. Very nice. A resounding victory for the crazed mountain men. Let's go. High tier upgrade. Endurance training armored. So that's plus 25% more hit points for the elite Huscarl. Otherwise, we have 8% faster, 8% more. 550 gold. Gotta take this. Just one of those no-brainers, I suppose. High tier upgrade versus the Greenskins. Yes. Alright, what do we have? So we have some spellcasters. So this is where the riders are going to be particularly useful. Now, if I saw what happened in the last one, the riders were just a little bit too fast. So here's what I want to do. Let's pull them back even more. And let's go with like 4 and 4 on each side. We got to take out those spellcasters because they are the bane of the Huscarl's existence, that's for sure. Whoops, I'm doing it again. Gotta make sure you toggle differently. So let's go 4 and 4. Attack closest unit. And then elite Huscarl, who has 762 HP now. Alright, 450. Let's go with a regular Huscarl. I'm not feeling great about this one. It's all on the horsemen. Can they get to the back and take out the mages? We're going to find out. But those Orc Shamans aren't slouches either. And it looks like they engage the enemy on the front. The horsemen do get home. But can they take them down quickly enough? Looks like we got one fallen there. Horsemen engaging with the enemy. And yeah, we're not looking good with this one, are we? Let's increase the speed a little bit. Can the Huscarl hang in there long enough? I think the attacks of the Shaman were definitely disrupted by the horsemen, right? And the Huscarl do get on them. Okay, looks like we're going to win a tight one here. With boulders flying, right? The Shaman Landscaping Co. High tier upgrade secured. Very nice, but that is, of course, where the new strategy option really does come in handy. All right, 25% faster movement for melee units. That, of course, affects our Huscarl as well. Or plus 25% more damage for all melee units. I think you have to take that. All right, Greenskins. Let's see, what do we want next on the next few? Let's go with the Greenskins again. Keep it nice and in the middle. Alright, so we got these the Black Orc Wolf Rider? No. Just the regular. Okay, well, our Huscarl should be able to withstand this. Given pound for pound, they're just the better unit. Get a few archers in back for good measure. And let's go. Alright, get on them, boys. Looks like the western flank, we are winning. Eastern flank as well. Got a little 1v1 action going on here. Barbarians feel very, very strong. And I'm not even really utilizing their, innate bonus much. So 25% more damage or increased supply. I mean, I think you have to take that for your stalwart unit, the elite Huscarl. We have an event. Or an upgrade and some gold. Let's go with that. Alright, so, Killbow. Yeah, alright. So, we might have our work cut out for us here. So, let's definitely get some cavalry on the field. So, let's do some elite Huscarl on the front. Let's see, Cav are 225. Okay. Maybe we just send them up one side. Because the Huscarl can certainly take some arrow fire, right? Like, I'm not too worried about that. So let's do that. Let's go. And let's see how this specialized force of cavalry do against the Killbow. They certainly do draw the fire of the Killbow. However, you can see the Killbow has a lot of staying power, right? A lot more HP. And there's a lot of them as well. Can the elite Huscarl hang on? That's the question. Looks like they're doing okay so far, and once they get on the unit itself, they definitely melt a lot faster than the cavalry was on them. But this new, these new tactics, right? They make me think about, like, what if we did another run with a kingdom army? Because they have a very strong mounted unit, the knight. I think it'd be fun to do that. Let me know in the comment section below if that's something you want to see. 30% more damage to enemies with the Swift keyword. Precise. Or 15% more hit points for the elite Huscarl. Let's take that. I mean, we've done pretty darn good so far. So let's go to the upgrade and some cash. Otherwise, 850. I think I probably do want to get into the shop. High tier upgrade in the middle. So we'd have to go shop, then event. Yeah, let's go with the 850 against the kingdom. And let's see what we have on the field before us today. Alright, so we do have these knights, right? I was just talking about the knights. Very, very strong mounted unit, for sure. And it kind of makes me want to do a kingdom run. And a pretty formidable front line as well. However, as you can predict, the knights are going to greatly outpace the rest of the army. So, let's go ahead and get some elite Huscarl on the back line here. And just let them come to us. There will be an inevitable clash in the middle, of course. And we'll get a nice little side perspective. Let's do something like this. And let's go. You always love seeing the cavalry kind of clash in, right? It looks like they're splitting forces. And here we go. We got the boom. Boom. Alright, the long spears of the knights. And it looks like our eastern flank is going to lose. So we'll see what happens. However, the middle flank is reinforcing the eastern flank, which is great. These knights have a lot more staying power than some of the units that we've seen so far in this run. Cool looking sprites too, for sure. Not a problem at all. Might have gotten more lucky than I even imagined getting that elite Huscarl so early, right? Alright, so we do have a shop. I do intend to go to the shop, so let's go ahead and take out the Greenskins for 200 gold and an upgrade. Can always plunder the shop if necessary, and we have a bunch of just basic orc archers. And then we have the Black Orc Rider. Okay, so this is a very elite unit here. Very strong as well at 600 HP, hitting for 15. I mean, our Huscarl of the elite variety are just simply better, but it's definitely an enemy force that we have to be aware of. So let's get like 5 of them. Do a little 5-on-5 action. And then let's go cavalry the rest of the way. In fact, let me redo this. So 5-on-5 there. Attack missile units. Cavalry. Let's go. Exactly 225 left. How about that? Alright, let's go. Charging on into battle. Let's see how they can handle these basic archers. They are pretty buffed up, right? They've definitely got some buffs. And I think the best thing they're doing is just drawing the arrow fire off of the Huscarl as they do battle with the elite unit. And we should be able to shrug off a lot of these arrows. However, a Huscarl does fall. So let's speed it up. Let's see if we can hang in there. Looks like we're getting whittled down. Alright, it's 2 on about 12. And as their DPS lowers as they lose forces, we draw closer to victory, you bet. Alright, excellent. Tenacity armored. Units with brutal have 25% more hit points. That is both of our frontline units. Beautiful. It's always a good upgrade to get. I mean, 25% is significant. So let's go ahead to the shop. 1,600 gold in the coffers. See what we can use this on. Gain 1 fate point. I mean, do I just plunder? How about units? Mountain Man, Barbarian Raider. I mean, it's a swift unit, right? We don't really have much support for swift units. Precise, we moved off of precise. So if there isn't something in here that I like and that is worth my cash, I mean, maybe the Courage Brutal. %8 faster. Yeah, let's spend the cash. Let's go with this. Let's go with this. 3% more damage. Or I could secure one of these bounty hunts. Could also go Fate. Let's go with the bounty hunt. I'm okay with that. And apparently as Barbarians, you cannot sell. And into the event. Let's hope it's not the -1 Fate. Alright, Magic Shop. Of course, we spent all of our cash, but we can... Bane of the Kingdom. Master of Melee Combat. Such a good one to get. Range combat as well. But let's go ahead and plunder the magic store. 350. Okay. So a little underwhelming there for sure, but that's alright. High tier upgrade, you bet. Getting close to the boss fight here. And honestly, we've had a lot of success. However, we have the familiar Black Orc, if you saw my last run, right? These guys are very, very strong. Very good unit there for sure. And some basic archers and some kill bows in the back. Now, I don't think I want to overspend on the cavalry. They just didn't do very good against the kill bow. So we'll see what we can do. Let's kind of line them up. One-on-one. Across the field. Maybe get an extra 1 or 2. And then we can send in some cavalry. Let's send them up this side. Like so. Get an archer in there for good measure, and let's see how this shakes out. So this engagement has to happen, and it does. Can we at least take out a few archers? Yeah, I mean, we just need stronger cavalry. So let's see. I mean, we have the same kind of thing happening here again. Can our Huscarl just shed enough arrows to last long enough to take out a large army of Killbow? And it doesn't look like we're going to be able to. Yikes. Yeah. We suffer our first defeat there. And of course, lose a fate. So I kind of want to try it again. Do we have the unit comp? I think we have to try it again. And do we have the unit comp is the question. So 398, 910. So it's got more than double HP. Does 150% more damage. Only costs 200 supply more. So maybe I have to simply just load up on Elite Huscarl and Basic Huscarl. I think so. I think this gives us our best chance at success. So let's go. Let's try it again. Got to carve down these Black Orcs quickly. Like that one did right there. That one did right there. And get on the archer line. Got a little 1v1 action going on here. Alright, go to the kill bows. Good. Get on them. Start taking them out. Alright, we're reinforcing ourselves. Kill bows are certainly strong. I mean, they got a lot of HP. Got a lot of range as well. And it looks like we're going to win a close one here. Definitely a much better outcome. And, you know, it's the tale of two battles, right? Got 2 elite Huscarl remaining. It's the tale of 2 battles, though. Right? We spent a little bit on the cavalry in that last one, and it was the difference between victory and defeat. So what do we have here? Logistics line plus 1,000 supply. Exactly what I was looking for. This one's also tempting as well. 20% more range for Barbarians. Let's go with logistics line. An absolutely tremendous one to get. Let's see. So we have upgrades available. Then the boss fight. It's not too far away. Where are the elite upgrades? Right there. Let's go against the kingdom. Keep stacking these upgrades. Alright, so they have, looks like elves and archers in the back. So I think our cavalry will do well against this formation. So let's get the elite Huscarl, of course, on the front. Absolutely. In fact, let's get a few more. And then the cavalry. Send in the cavalry. This guy's going to run toward... Oh, nice. You can change their behavior. Okay, very cool. Good to know. All right, let's go. Cavalry. Get after it. Get on these weak backline units. The elf is a strong attacker, but doesn't have a bunch of HP, and you can see what happened. The lances got sucked back, which is probably good for the Huscarl, because, you know, they have decent range. So they can do a bunch of damage without getting attacked back necessarily when they have a front line. However, these lances are actually hanging in there a little bit better than I thought, and here we go. It's the proverbial rush to the backline for the Huscarl. Looks like we're going to be okay right now, and looks like we're taking some bodies with us where we go. Absolutely, hammer time. Perfect. Alright, upgrade. What do we have? Consistent deliveries. Beautiful. Let's take it. 6,400 supply now. Another upgrade. Yes. Alright, so looks like a bunch of armored zombies. And then, of course, these dark mages. Oh, man, these guys always just such a threat. They're so strong. However, they do move faster. Question is, how fast do they move? Like, can they get to the front? You know what I mean? Or I don't specialize. Like, do I specialize a few regular Huscarl to try to just weave their way through the enemy to get back there? You know what I mean? Like, do we do something like this? So, Huscarl, you have to suck in the enemy in front of you. That's what you have to do. You have to get them on you. And then we're going to see. I want to try something. This might be risky. But I can get 4 basic Huscarl. Let's have them try to weave their way through. I understand they're moving slower, but that's okay. they've got a little more durability. So let's see if this actually works. There's not too many dark mages, thankfully. So the engagement happens here. It should open up an avenue for the Huscarl to get to the back. The enemy closes in, though. Can we hack him down? Can we get him? Yeah, the entire enemy force gets sucked in, but we do manage to reach at least a few of these dark mages. In fact, the Huscarl, just on a pure suicide mission. A mission of self-deleting, for sure, but they did their job, at least as far as right now is concerned. Wow. Yeah, great job. When those dark mages can hang around and just pulse you down with their superior attack strength. I've had so many battles lost at the hands of the dark mage. And how about this? Logistics line yet again. You love to see it. So I think our Huscarl almost play the cavalry role better than the cavalry because they just don't last as long, right? The cavalry, but basic Huscarl, they're just a little bit more expensive, but obviously a lot more durable. Kind of like it. Let's go for 1,000 gold and then pop into the shop next. Got a high tier upgrade here, so we're not going to be doing this shop, so let's do this shop instead. So let's go for the 1,000 gold versus the Greenskins. Alright, so we have some Shamans and some Archers. Got a whole bunch of Black Orcs and Black Orc Riders as well. Wow. Okay, we might be tested in this one. Definitely going to need Huscarl of the elite variety. We're going to have to stack up a nice, strong line here as well. And then, do we do the same thing? Do I send them up the side? Seems like it's the more direct approach. Let's send them up the side on a special suicide self-deleting mission. Let's go. These guys can actually range the mages from here as well, so why don't we keep them with the same assignment? Alright, Huscarl. Let's go. Do your best, buddy. Let's go. Yep, move on in there. Run right by them. Take out the Orc Shaman. Alright, so my new cavalry has become the regular Huscarl, and you love to see it. It works really, really good. We, of course, have a bunch of upgrades, and look at their range units deleted, which is exactly what we needed in that particular fight. You let them Shaman hang around, targeting your elite Huscarl, you know, without opposition, and I think you could argue we might have lost that fight. Wow, the elite Huscarl, though, so strong. I've got so much respect for him, for sure. And on into the shop, we find ourselves, and what do we have? Tenacity, Armored, Swift, a little bit of luck, which is 1 fate. How about units? Mountain Man and Barbarian Raider. I'm good on those. Do I just pillage the shop? Or do we maybe try to get some fate? I think I'm okay with going with fate. So let's go with faster, more hit points. That's going to benefit, you know, the tactics we've been using to eliminate spellcasters. Fates, I think we can go with fate. I mean, 2 fate points is better than 1, of course. 15% more HP for the elite Huscarl. I think we can do that. And then 1 more fate point. I mean, it would have been great to get like 1,000 more supply there, but what are you going to do? So high tier upgrade, yes. Let's see how many dark mages are on the field now, though. Alright, appears to be just 4. However, we have... What are these guys? Undead Knight. So 380 HP for these guys. Alright. Well, I think what I want to do is I want to do this. So elite Huscarl here. And he's just going to carve his way right through. Or sorry, the regular Huscarl, not the elite. The elite need to take out these horsemen. Something like this. And then these guys actually have the range to snipe down these mages. So we're going to allow that to happen as well. Looks good. Let's try this. Let's see if our, you know, Special Forces Huscarl can get it done. Alright, weaving right through the lines, you bet. Get on those dark mages. Absolutely. I love the new update functions for strategy. It gives you an answer to some of these fights where you just have so many of these super powerful spellcasters. It's given me a lot of trouble in the past. And I think you're seeing that a tanky unit like a Huscarl can actually get the job done. Consistent deliveries is great. Absolutely. 650 more supply. We're up to 8,000 now, which is great. A high tier upgrade, yes. And we're getting close to the boss fight. Alright, so kind of a cool looking formation here. Bunch of riders. And then a bunch of skeleton archers. Alright, so why don't we go ahead and let's let the riders come all the way up. Let's just get some of these elite Huscarl in here to simply just take them out. Do something like that maybe, and then do we have a special forces team of Huscarl go up the side? You bet. Let's go. It'll probably split their army. Looks like the Huscarl are a little bit faster, so we'll see how they choose the target. My guess is they get pulled back. However, running like madmen into battle, getting on that skeleton line. Yeah, it was a lot less effective that particular time around. But let's see if our elite Huscarl can make it happen. Turn up that battle speed, and they're getting swallowed up. I mean, we've got a lot of upgrades into these elite Huscarl here, and they are such a formidable force. Just melting through this skeletal line, for sure. Oh, absolutely. I could have just stacked up elite Huscarl and had much success. But that's alright. Gotta try a few different things out here and there. And the logistics line, we get another one. We have 9,000 supply. I'm not sure if I've ever had that much. Let's go with the event. How about a free card? What do you say? Got ambushed. Okay. I do think this is an upgrade battle, though. And yikes. This is a pretty tricky formation here. Look at all of the dark mages. That is not what you like to see. Alright, well, I think first and foremost, nothing crazy here, right? So I got 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Got 11 Huscarl. So can I get 10 of these guys? I can. So that'll give us a 20% damage bonus. And then let's put another elite Huscarl off to the side here. These guys have to crash mid and get these dark mages. Let's try this out. I'm not feeling too comfortable with this, but we'll certainly see what happens. Alright, they're crashing mid. However, the enemy spears are in on us. And I'm glad I sent that many Huscarl to, self-delete. Doesn't look like it was quite enough, though, and let's see how the elites hang in there. There's so many melee units in the way, and that's where these dark mages really, really shine. Yeah, we lose that one. No question about that. Lost that fair and square. Just didn't have enough support. Maybe I didn't send enough Huscarl in there, I guess. We'll see. Maybe I should have sent elite Huscarl. I don't know. Either way, all good. It's not a fight we're going to get hung up on. So let's go Greenskin. Let's go Kingdom with the upgrade. Then on to the last fight. Let's go. Alright, so a bunch of archers. Like a bunch of archers. Okay, so elite Huscarl. Get on the field. I mean, I've got 9,000 supplies, so probably need quite a few of these guys. They're going to serve as the front line. And then I think what we can do is, like we've been doing, Let's send some basic Huscarl up the side. Try to start whittling down those archers. Let's see how this shakes out. Only got one Black Orc on us, which is good. Should have a decent time just hammering these guys down. However, you see the just not much HP of the Huscarl really coming into effect here. And I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call their mission a success, but they did at least draw the fire and get on the line for a little bit. While the elite Huscarl does clean up business, leaving a wake of destruction and dead green bodies in their wake. 1,000 more gold, you bet. One more upgrade opportunity before the boss fight. Alright, so we got the ballista. Wow. Okay, these guys are scary with 50 range as well. My goodness. Slow move. I mean, the long spear has 3. It almost feels like one of those matches where you have to... I mean, I don't know how good the cavalry is going to be. I mean, he does about 8 damage. These guys have 80 HP. So I would need a lot of them to really be effective. I think what I want to do first and foremost is... let's make a line of elite Huscarl all the way in the back. And let's see if we can draw in their melee units first and foremost. Take them out and then just make a mad dash for the ballista. If that strategy doesn't work, we can try something else. But this, in my mind, is the way to handle this. But we're going to find out. So let's go. Can we take down the front line before the ballista get engaged? That is the question. And we're going to find out soon here. Let's go. So they all kind of funnel into the middle. The long spears do get in front of the juggernauts, which is good. How are we hanging in there, though? Ballista fire is definitely deadly. And it looks like we're able to pretty much whittle down the front line, and now here comes the mad dash. Oh, man. This is going to be close, I feel. Just got to get on there, take him out. All right, nice. Way to swallow him up. All right, beautiful. Very well done, elite Huscarl. Just such a beast of a unit. And for our last upgrade, we have some cold. We have a bit of luck. How about Mountain Clans? 8% more hit points. We'll take it. And on into the last fight. So we have 3 encounters to kill him. His health does carry over. So let's see how this shakes out. And it looks like it's the kingdom. Okay, so this is... it's the giant tower. Okay. Interesting. I've never experienced this fight before. 120 range with 20 damage. 24,000 HP. Got a giant fighting force in the middle. Got some royal guard on the side. Some elves in there. All right. Well, let's get a few elite Huscarl, of course, to take out each flank of royal guard. And then the knights are going to be coming in. I mean, 120 range, I guess I'm not sure. Like, what is that exactly? So it's like way back here. I feel like if we put them all the way in the back... maybe that's what I do first. Maybe I try that strategy first. We put them all the way in the back. First and foremost, and then... I mean, let these knights get engulfed. Hopefully. I mean, we got 3 cracks at it, so... let's try this first and foremost. My hope is they're not in tower range. It looks like they are, actually. Yeah, so they do get into tower range. So it would have been most advantageous for me to start on the front. However, let's see how good we do. I mean, the elite Huscarl have been absolute monsters this entire playthrough, and we got them early, which is great. We got some elves, so let's take them out and get on the tower. I mean, we got hammers, right? Just bash that down. It's funny how the tower rotates. In fact, it's hilarious how the tower rotates and, you know, knock, knock. Doing a little bit of masonry here. And yeah, it looks like we're going to win this without issue. The elite Huscarl, what a unit. I mean, it's got newfound respect right up there with the Black Orc for me. And we secure the victory. 26 battles won. Almost 1,200 enemies defeated. Lost 116 troops. Most of them, of course, being probably cavalry. 6,700 gold earned and 70 upgrades obtained. A very, very strong run for Huscarl. You love it. So let's pop back to the main menu here and let's take a peek. Did the Undead Civ get unlocked? It did not. So we have to win against Wild Hunt. Okay. So we do have the opportunity to, of course, do another run to get the Undead unlocked, right? So that's the goal. Looks like the boss we were given there just simply wasn't the right one. It wasn't the Wild Hunt one. Whatever that means exactly. So another run is definitely warranted, but you're going to have to let me know, like, what do you want to see? I did see a commenter mention, hey, they want to see another Kingdom run. We can certainly do that. I think we've done plenty of Orc runs, or maybe you want to see another one of these Barbarian heroes. Got Huldra Iron Fang, got Thorgar Thunderborn, the Armored Raider guy. Then we got, in fact, this guy has a very strong mounted unit, it looks like. But let me know in the comment section below what you want to see. I'd be happy to oblige. We're going to do another run. It's just a matter of what hero you want to see. So I want to thank you for viewing here today. Thank you for spending some time on the channel. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed yourself, if you enjoyed the content, please give the video a like. Of course, if you are new here, then please consider becoming a subscriber as well. Join a growing community. Would absolutely love to have ya. Let me know in the comment section below, like I was mentioning, what you want to see for Warlords Battle Simulator. Be happy to provide. This game is fun, and you know, with the newest update adding that strategy, I think it does make the game a whole lot better. Makes it a lot more strategic, which, you know, in a game like this is definitely something that you want to be able to exploit if possible. Stay tuned to the channel for regular content uploads. Got all kinds of fun stuff on the channel on nice, neat little playlists. Check it out if you're interested. Plenty of content to keep you nice and entertained. So with all of that said, my friends, I'm going to get on out of here. Thanks again so much. I do appreciate it. And I'll be catching you in the next video. Thanks a lot.